So recently I picked up this Dremel Flex Shaft to go along with my Dremel Multi-Pro. And I find I'm using my Multi-Pro more and more on some of my projects. And I was hoping by incorporating this tool into my work that I could gain some better control when I'm doing some of the detail work on some of my projects. And so while you're here, I thought I'd invite you along to show you what's inside, to share some of the specifications, and to show you some of the basic functionality. So stick around, it's going to be fun. My name is James, this is our shop crocs, and this is Homestyle Woodcraft. Okay, so now we'll just kind of open it up here, see what's inside. Alright, so we've got the Flex Shaft, and where it attaches to the actual Dremel tool. And let's see, looks like some instructions, stuff, and that's it. So wait. Let's see. Here we go. Oh, good. We got the collet. We got one of those little wrench things. So that's great. I want to give you a little extra detail on what comes in this little package. So I did point out it comes with this wrench. And then it has the collet and the collet nut for the end of the flex shaft here. It goes right there. And then this this is called the driver's cap, and it will go on the end of my old Dremel when I install the flex shaft on it. Okay, time for specs. So one thing that's handy, it's got this table on the back of the box. So if you're looking at this at the store, you can see which models of Dremel tool it works with. Now, interestingly, my tool is not on here. So I actually called Dremel and told them what model I have. It's an old model, and they did say it would work. So I hope it does. The flex shaft has a 6-inch bend radius on it. It's got this button here to lock the shaft. So when you're installing accessories on the end, it will lock it so that you can twist them on. It's got a quick connect end. I haven't tried it yet. So we'll see. This collet that it comes with is an 8-inch collet. And I should mention in its length, it's 36 inches long. Okay, let's put it together. So the first thing I'm going to do is remove the collet cap and collet from my old Dremel. So let's do that. And the next step is to install the driver cap on my old Dremel. And it says to hand tighten it, and then additional third turn with the wrench. Cute little wrench. Let's get it on there. Alright, it says not to over tighten it, so there we have it. And then I'm going to insert the new collet and collet cap on the flex shaft. And I'll depress the shaft lock, tighten that down. All right, there we have it. Now let's see if we can get this thing hooked up to my old Dremel. The next step is to actually attach these two pieces together, and I did loosen this back up quite a bit. So this has a little piece that will slide into the hole here. And it does have, I don't know if you can see that or not, it does have a squarish shape to it. They got to fit kind of exactly into here. And so you'll feel a little resistance, if you like I am right now, until you get it exactly right. Okay, so there it just went on. So now I'm going to screw this piece down on to those threads. And there you have it. It's time to get down to some woodworking action. I have this little volunteer here, this shark, and I am going to sand down the edges of the shark. And I'll be using the sanding disc. It's 180 grit. I don't know if you can see the back of that. It's 180 grit. I really like these. I've used them lots of times before. And so I will install it here. Then I'll tighten it down. Oops. Yep, tighten it down. and bend the sandpaper while I'm at it. And that's hand tightened, and then I'll use these little wrenches to do a little crank to make sure it's tight. Oh, and this is coming off. Well, I'll tighten that. This is coming off, so I need to tighten it too. I'll do that off camera. That may not be exciting to see. Well, okay, just learned something from a failure. That is, I had tightened this piece down too much. This piece on the main Dremel, and it wouldn't rotate this, and so I loosened this up. Now, there's not an on-off or variable speed switch on this on the flex shaft unit. You turn it on here, and so as you'll see, I'll turn on, and now this is going. So that's how you operate it. Okay, so I'm going to get going. I've set up dust collection, and I'm going to be wearing my safety gear, which I always encourage you to do when you're operating power tools and around dust. Wear your safety gear. Here's where I'm at. You can see I've smoothed out these edges now. It's not done. If, as a final project, I would then hand sand these edges to smooth everything out real nice. But the next thing I want to try is you can see here, I've drawn some gills on the shark on both sides, right here and right here. And I've installed a little tiny carving bit. So I'm probably going to ruin my little shark, but I'm going to try it just to see what this could do. I thought that went pretty well. Oh, it's getting hot. So now I want to try another bit, and this time I'm going to do some carving on it. So what I want to do is shape the fins a little bit. So you can see I've made some markings, and I'm going to carve around those markings and see what I can do. Stay tuned. And here's the bit I'm going to use, or try to use. I was using this drill bit. Actually, you know what? It's a tiny router bit is really what it is. But what I found, at least for me and my skill level, which is level 0, is that this was way too aggressive for me. And I really tore a chunk out of little Sharky's fin. And so I changed it out to this style of bit, which is not nearly as aggressive, but gives me a lot better control. And I also changed my grip. For sanding, I had it like this. And for this work, because I'm removing, I don't know, it just feels more comfortable to hold it like this for now. And, both grips work good for their purpose. So I'm going to show you what I've been doing. And then one more bit. I'm going to use this one to make his eyes. So while I was working on my shark project, one of the things I noticed is just the change in the weight distribution of using the tool. So when I was using this, I was holding it like this, or maybe like this, but all the weight was kind of right here. Using the flex shaft, the weight just feels different. Get this here. So, you know, I'm holding it like this, and you got the weight of the flex shaft coming off the back of it. Kind of felt weird. I'm sure that it's something I'll get used to, and it didn't bother me. It was just different. I think that ideally, hanging this up so that it kind of holds the weight of the flex shaft while you're holding this probably work really well. Something that happened while I was using it is this piece came loose and started making a weird noise. And I tightened it up and it went away, and it didn't happen again. So I don't know if that's normal or if it just was a fluke or what, but it did happen. And then finally I want to just say I really liked it. I really did. And I'm looking forward to trying it on more projects like the little shark. By the way, here's how it turned out. I'm very pleased with it. It's a lot of fun. And I don't know where little shark will end up, but it was a fun project. So I hope you learned as much from watching the video as I did from making it. And if you like this one, I think you'll like this one too. Thanks for stopping by.